So on a beautiful day in South Texas, yet again, only a few miles from the Rio Grande, a beautiful Rio Grande, I'm afforded the opportunity to see once again how human mindlessness and idiocy has obliterated a very rare and a critically endangered plant. Just further down the road, back down that way, I went to a spot I had saved. I'd been here about a month ago looking for a very rare and obscure milkweed, and it's not there anymore. It got, I guess, some fucking mouth breather decided to grade the road in the middle of September or October. I don't know why. I guess some people just need something to do. And in doing so, in grading the road, they completely scraped away this milkweed. So it's gone now. I found one little plant growing kind of slightly up on the embankment amidst all the invasive buffelgrass, which is shading it out, and part of the reason for this species demise. But aside from that, there's nothing. Everything's just gone. So, you know, a friend of mine, the old Don Mahoney, told me I'd probably have the luxury of watching a few species that fancied my fickle go extinct within my lifetime. And he wasn't wrong. You know, he wasn't wrong. But you know, there you go. It's this plant will probably be extinct. Probably by the time I die. You know, unless I get hit by a bus tomorrow or something. You never know. That could happen. But either way, it's pretty fucking obnoxious. And you know, you get to just kind of see what it's like living in a society that doesn't really value any of this shit. And when they do, it's just got some corny ass narrative about it, about quote getting back to nature or something like that. It's pretty fucking lame and vanilla when they do seem to put any value in it. There's just absolutely no concern for anything that doesn't directly benefit us and this fucking pointless race to nowhere that our species is currently engaged in. Anyway, yeah, we'll see if we have a couple more up here. There was a couple more up here, but they're probably gone too. You know, so all couple dozen plants of this Asclepias prostrata that were here may not be here anymore, but doesn't the road look flat? Look at how nice and flat it looks. Oh, they did such a good job coming out here, you know, to flatten this road that nobody uses save for 3 or 4 ranchers and the fucking border patrol when they're driving around like pedos in a kidnapper van. It's a nice road. It looks really nice now. Look, they flattened everything out. They got a really wide, you know. Haven't seen anybody on it in the hour I've been walking out here. Just, holy fuck. You know, this is like you know, my Italian uncle who just needs something to do. He goes out and he just trims the fucking hedges for the 3rd or 4th time, you know, or hoses down the driveway for 20 minutes. You know, just nothing really, you know, it's not like a fucking hurricane came through here. I don't know why I don't know why somebody felt they'd come out here with a grader, but, you know, like I said, some people just need something to do. And you could see the fucking buffelgrass too. You could see it's just, forms a thicket, completely shades out any of these milkweeds were they to survive. The road gets more moisture than the land beyond the fence, which is maybe a foot higher in elevation. I just, you know, just get used to it. You gotta be cynical. You know, thank God I wasn't raised in California. I don't live under the illusion that, you know, negativity has to be bad. You know, if you gotta, I mean, I don't know. It's like pretend you got cancer. Some people don't want to know. I want to know so I can adjust my life outlook and my philosophy according to that. You know, I think that you just gotta be, you keep it lighthearted. Utterly negative and lighthearted, you know. And so what? You might feel like you're carrying some shit uphill, you know, like you're fighting a losing battle. What are you gonna do? You're gonna fucking join the other team and not carry the shit uphill anymore? You know, I don't think it's silly people who do what they do under the auspices of only because they think they're gonna win. You know, it's obvious. The shit I do, I'm not going to win. I'm still going to fucking do it. I don't know what else to do with my time. You know, and just like the guy who's out here grading a road that only 3 or 4 people use, I need something to do too. Oh yeah, they got everything. There were a couple more plants right in here. But it looks like they did an extra special good job of grading the road and completely obliterating any of these plants. Just saw a tiny one back there. Oh yeah, how about that? Everything is gone. Fuck me. Unbelievable. Look at that nice tire track right there. They just came through and you know, fucking graded. I don't know why. Just right on the edge. They got everything. Didn't leave room for nothing. Oh, drinking and driving. That's always fun. Seen so many goddamn beer cans on this road too. Just completely flat. Oh, look how nice the grade is. Oh, they completely destroyed, you know, like the last 15. We've been surveying for this goddamn plant for the past 6 months. And we got some rain down there a month and a half ago. And so you got all these bastards coming up. And, you know, we surveyed maybe 8 or 9 locations where they were. And they were all gone. And we came here, this last one, and we found about 13 or 14 plants. And they're all gone now too. They got everything. You know? I don't know why this plant, I don't know why it's not listed. I don't know why people are grading the fucking road in October. There's no need to. It didn't get washed out. I don't know why people don't know that this is here. Know to look out for it. Shit. I mean, in Texas, that might even make people more encouraged to go out and destroy it, you know? Everything environmental's been so politicized lately. Don't want to seem like a liberal tree-hugging fag, you know? Don't want to go out there appreciating anything that has to do with nature. Somebody might think you're kind of weird, huh? Jesus, I can't believe they took everything. They took everything. I say just say you break out your fucking Kafka and Alfonso Camus books. You know, just to adjust your philosophy for the coming days, years. The guayacum looks nice. How about that? Somebody lost a fender. Look, second natty light cane in geez, it's only got to be 60 yards. Someone's really going deep. Must have a pretty fun life. Fucking entertaining. Oh yeah, look at that. They got the big machinery out here. Those are real fun to play with. Somebody had a fun time out here. Holy shit. Gently rubbing themselves as they got to use a large machine. It's such a man thing to do. It is. It's kind of dry though. It's pretty dry. It hasn't rained in a while. Look at all the buffelgrass. It's a South Texas autumn. And it turns a yellow, orangish color. But you guys kind of bummed out. I didn't mean to bum you out. I'm sorry. You know, I'm just so used to dealing with negative shit. It doesn't really affect me. Don't get me wrong. I've got my fair share of... I've got a stocky reservoir full of hate and misanthropy and malcontent. A feeling of discontent. You know, but I just... I don't know. It doesn't need to be such a... I mean, it is bad, but it's a pretty rock. I guess I've just thoroughly adjusted my philosophy, so I can stay lighthearted in the midst of environmental collapse and decay. And plus, I kind of enjoy conflict too, so that makes everything fun. Oh, the wind is really picking up right now. Anyway, look how nice the road. Didn't they do a good job widening this road that maybe 5 people a day use? It looks so nice. It is. It's like the old Italian guy that's hosing down the driveway in Berwyn needlessly for 45 minutes. Just has to do something to make himself feel important. Widening a fucking desolate country road in the middle of October. Anyway, there's the one they left. There's the one Asclepius prostrata they left. You know, this should be a point of pride for the region. This is the only spot in the world that this plant grows. You know, it's fucking beautiful when it's not even a flower, and when it's in flower, it's incredible. I mean, the pictures. I had a friend come back here and check on this when I was gone, and well, they were like right here. There were about 6 massive plants right here. The tubers are probably still underneath the ground, but who knows if they photosynthesized enough carbohydrates to get the energy to come back next year. Maybe, let's hope so. Fucking upset cow, that's what I feel like right now. I had a friend come back, he took some photos and he sent them to me, and it's gorgeous. It's a fucking incredible plant. Really beautiful little bastard. Or massive bastard, depending on where you are. And now it's completely gone. This is the one left, and it's not going to flower this year, but you know, and then maybe if these fucking mouth breathers come back and regrade the road again, maybe why don't they just go all the way to the fence line? You know, just for shits and giggles. Come back and get the next 2 or 3 feet. Needlessly. I mean, you should have seen it down there. It's like enough you could take 4 tour buses down at the same time. Like, there's no reason to do it. I just don't, it's just fucking, I mean, whatever. I'm not knocking pointless exercises, you know? I just, when they impact critically endangered plants, I am. Because this is my medicine. This is what makes me able to deal with all the horrible shit I see, you know, when I'm in a human society. You know, when I'm in the fucking retail strip mall, when I have the misfortune to get stuck in traffic. You know, when I read about all the heinous shit people are doing to each other in the news. It's the little things like this. It's the little things in life. And like I said, this is the only place in the world this thing grows. This could be a point of pride for the region. But nobody knows about it. Even more people don't give a shit about it, it seems. I don't know, whatever. Hey, that's all I got for you. You know? Why don't you go read some philosophy? Because if you care about this shit, you're going to need a good philosophical outlook, you know, to kind of stay lighthearted and comedic. Dark humor is important, you know, having a good lineup for a stand-up that you watch, you know, kind of it's also dark humor, you know. Keep you on your toes. Anyway, I'll quit talking. I'll shut the fuck up. You have a lovely rest of your evening. Go fuck yourself and goodbye. Look at it. There's Mexico over there. Nice way to see the sunset. We just seen a bunch of vultures and shit flying around. Still though, what a fucked up border right here. All the human sadness, you know. I'm just really on a negative kick today. You guys will be fine, huh? Hey, get you out of your bubble a little bit. You little soft bubble. Everybody's too soft these days. But yeah, it's pretty tragic. Think of all the epics of human tragedies playing themselves out on the border right now. Right here. Holy shit. Hey, look at these though. This is kind of interesting. These massive remnants, million-year-old, at least a couple million-year-old remnants of when this was the coastline. These are oyster fossils that are fucking everywhere. Everywhere on this old beat-up dirt road. And then over here, we got a species of nicktag. An unknown species of nicktag. I have to figure this one out. Little tiny one, too. Only a centimeter. And that's not, again, it's not actually one flower, that's 3 of them. And that's not a calyx right there. See those green things? The thing about nictags you got to remember is they don't have petals. They got petaloid sepals. Remember, it goes sepals, which subtend the petals on most flowers, unless they got tepals, which is just a word that means that, you know, they're not petals or sepals. But don't worry about that. So in most flowers, that green thing would be the calyx, aka the sepals, and then that pink shit would be the petals, aka the corolla. Well, nictags, the Nictaginaceae, the 4 o'clock family, does not have petals. It just has petaloid sepals. So that means that green thing is not the calyx. Calyx is synonymous with sepals. That green thing, those are just the bracts. It's just got the bracts. And again, so it's more like an involucre. It's kind of like an involucre. And again, right there you got tree flowers, not just one. See, there you go. You can see that right up there. You got tree flowers with no petals. And, holy fuck. It's pretty confusing. And then, of course, get a lot of hairs on them. Bougainvilleas in this family. Cevalia. The Malamu hare. Stingy bastard. Medzelia family. It's in the Loasaceae. Oh yeah, there you go. There's where all the fossils are coming out of. You can see they're just embedded in the rock. Again, these are these are marine sediments. Fuck, you know what? They might actually be a lot older than a couple million years. This might be like end Cretaceous. You know, right when that big, right about the time that big, between when the comet hit the Yucatan and knocked out the dinosaurs, and then the PTM was getting going. The Paleocene-Eocene thermal maximum. Wonderful time to be alive. That's when I could go back to. People ask you what time era would you go back to? I'd want to go back to the PTM. See redwood forest at the poles. Anyway. Fuck, there's a lot of them. Jesus Christ. Yeah, they pulled out, I guess they pulled one out a while ago that was like the size of a hubcap. Just a giant clam. I'm not gonna lie, I miss Texas a little bit, you know? I miss it when I'm gone. It just compacted into the rock. Look at my little camera case. Jeff Bezos sent me this for free. It's part of a little deal when I bought another lens. But you know, it's made out of shit. The fucking thing, the zipper just broke on it. First time I took it out, zipper just broke. Fucking probably made in China by 9-year-olds. Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not too sorry. But, you know, I'm really hammering you guys with the negativity. It's a test, you know? Can you remain lighthearted and happy in the face of such utter darkness? I hope so. You know, it doesn't, you don't need to be guilted for being negative, you know? You could be honest. You could be honest and still keep it cheery, you know? Oh, look at that. It's a Taxodium mucronatum. This is the northern extent of that range. Those trees are relatives of bald cypress. You know, El Arbol del Tul down there in just east of Oaxaca City. Big ass tree. It's about, I don't know, 40 feet wide. It's one of those. So we're at the northern extent of this range. Taxodium mucronatum, relative of Taxodium disticum, the bald cypress. And a lot of them got cut down to make way for the agriculture over here in Starr County, Texas. But they left a couple. They left a couple morsels for people to enjoy. And then, of course, there's just a handful on the river. Still, on a beautiful Rio Grande. Look at all the gnats out. The dragonflies are going for all the gnats. Not a mosquito out, though. Not a single mosquito bite yet. Just a lot of gnats. Food for the dragonflies. Look, Cylindropuntia leptocalis. It's a rather festive cholla, isn't it? Look at the nice little red fruits. Just saying, eat me. If you're a bird, why don't you just disperse me? It's a festive Cylindropuntia. Then down there you got the Echinocereus and the Acanthus mammillaria hyderi. Nice Eocene oyster fossil embedded in the limestone. So even though it's such a modern day stage for human tragedy, can you imagine how beautiful this river must have looked, I don't know, 700 years ago? When it was still a wild river. Again, just probably dozens of those Taxodium all throughout the area. There's the massive floodplain. A nice Diospros. Look at that smooth bark.